Rich Paul says Lakers roster was never built for a championship run. As the postseason approached, hope was in the air for Lakers fans. After a strong finish to the regular season, led by the star trio of LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves, many believed Los Angeles could make a real push toward the NBA Finals. If you are new here, leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. But that dream was short-lived. The Lakers were knocked out in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves, a disappointing end to what once seemed like a promising season. For some, it was a shock. For others, like Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul, it was just reality setting in. In a candid interview with NBA insider Chris Haynes, Paul didn't sugarcoat his thoughts about the team's construction. "Honestly, I never saw this Lakers roster as championship caliber," Paul admitted. And that's not an excuse, it's just the truth. Building a team that can win now and set you up for the future is incredibly difficult. You need real assets. You need salary cap flexibility. You need draft capital. That's just the way it is. Paul also pointed out that the matchup against the Timberwolves couldn't have been worse for the Lakers, stylistically and physically. From the start, it was clear that this was a nightmare matchup. Size, athleticism, youth, depth. Minnesota had all the advantages, he explained. Aside from Mike Conley, that team is full of long, athletic guys who can fly, and then you've got Ant, a guy who can drop 40 on you without blinking. He's a real leader, and even when he's not scoring big, he makes the right plays. Paul reminded fans that this same Timberwolves team made it to the Western Conference Finals just last year, and warned against putting too much stock in regular season performance alone. Sure, if the Lakers had drawn a different opponent, maybe things would have gone differently. But in the playoffs, matchups are everything, and this one just didn't fall in LA's favor. Now, the front office faces a crucial offseason as they look to rebuild around their stars and make a deeper run next year. LeBron unlikely to take a pay cut again. One of the biggest decisions looming this offseason revolves around LeBron James. According to reports, he's expected to decline his player option for the 2025-26 season and seek a new contract. And this time, a pay cut is off the table. Last summer, LeBron took less money to help the Lakers avoid harsher luxury tax penalties. But Rich Paul has made it clear, that kind of sacrifice likely won't happen again. Still, there's optimism that the Lakers can make moves regardless, with enough cap space and tradable assets to reshape the roster. A turning point for the Lakers front office. The Lakers' early exit has intensified pressure on the front office, especially GM Rob Pelinka, to retool the roster in a meaningful way. While they've managed to stay competitive in recent years, the lack of consistency and depth around LeBron James and Anthony Davis has been a recurring issue. Rich Paul's remarks only echoed what many analysts and fans have been saying: this team was never truly built to go the distance. Around the league, Paul's comments stirred conversation. Some praised his honesty, saying he was simply voicing what insiders already knew. Others questioned whether his statements might hint at deeper frustration, possibly even a message to Lakers management to act boldly or risk losing the final prime years of LeBron's career. "You've got one of the greatest players ever, still playing at a high level," one anonymous executive told ESPN. "If you're not all in while he's still here, what are you even doing?" Bronny James and the 2024 NBA Draft. Adding more intrigue to the Lakers offseason is the looming NBA Draft, where LeBron's son, Bronny James, has declared for 2024. There's been widespread speculation about whether the Lakers might select Bronny, a move that could influence LeBron's contract decision and possibly extend his time in LA. Rich Paul, who also represents Bronny, has remained tight-lipped about the draft process, but insiders suggest Clutch Sports is working behind the scenes to ensure Bronny lands in a stable, development-focused environment, potentially even guiding him toward a team willing to bring both father and son together. LeBron's contract. All eyes on the negotiation table. As for LeBron, declining his player option doesn't necessarily mean he's leaving the Lakers. On the contrary, many believe it's a strategic move to secure a more favorable deal, possibly one that gives him flexibility to stay year to year as he evaluates the team's direction and his own health. LeBron's not looking for charity or a farewell tour, one source close to Clutch said. He wants to compete for titles. If the Lakers can't offer that, he'll look elsewhere. It's a high-stakes summer for the franchise. With Anthony Davis locked in and LeBron's future hanging in the balance, the Lakers must now navigate draft decisions, potential trades, and free agency, all while knowing the margin for error is razor-thin. Fans and media react. Reaction to Paul's interview was swift and passionate across social media and sports media platforms. Some Lakers fans expressed frustration with the front office for what they view as poor roster construction and lack of urgency. Others appreciated the transparency, hoping that Paul's words might serve as a wake-up call for the organization. NBA insiders like Adrian Wojnarowski and Shams Charania noted that Paul's influence, as both LeBron's agent and a powerful figure in player representation, gives his comments added weight. When Rich Paul speaks, people listen. And in this case, his message was clear: the Lakers can't afford to run it back. They need real change. LeBron James to miss 2025 Met Gala due to knee injury. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers saw their playoff dreams come to a disappointing end after falling to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round. Despite a 50-win season and locking in the No. 3 seed in the West, the team couldn't capitalize on that momentum, losing in just 5 games and heading into the off-season far earlier than they had hoped. For LeBron, now 40 years old, the extended off-season might be a blessing in disguise. After spending last summer preparing to represent Team USA at the Paris Olympics, James now faces a much-needed period of rest and recovery, and not by choice. It was recently revealed that during Game 5 against the Timberwolves, LeBron suffered a Grade 2 MCL sprain in his left knee. Had the Lakers forced a Game 6 or beyond, James likely wouldn't have been able to continue playing. Recovery from this type of injury typically takes at least 4 weeks, which brings us to another tough decision he's had to make. LeBron will not attend the 2025 Met Gala, where he was scheduled to appear as a co-chair of the prestigious event on Monday night. While it's a significant moment to miss, especially for someone honored with such a high-profile role, the decision underscores LeBron's focus on healing and what lies ahead. Though he would have undoubtedly preferred to still be in the thick of the playoffs, the reality now is clear: his priority has to be getting his body right. With his 23rd NBA season on the horizon, James is expected to take his time this summer to fully recover, reassess, and prepare for the future, not just with the Lakers, but in the league overall. There's still uncertainty about whether he'll opt into the final year of his contract or negotiate a new one, but one thing is certain: health comes first. LeBron praises JJ Reddic's first year as head coach. Despite the early exit, LeBron took a moment to reflect on some of the positives from the season, particularly the performance of first-year head coach JJ Reddic. Reddic stepped into one of the NBA's most high-pressure roles and, according to James, rose to the challenge. "I think JJ's just going to keep getting better," LeBron said. He had an incredible first year, especially for a rookie coach. Being a first-time head coach is hard enough. But being a rookie coach for the Lakers? That's a whole different game. James went on to highlight Reddic's leadership and commitment throughout the year. "He held us accountable. He motivated us. He brought energy every day. I thought JJ and his staff did a phenomenal job. It was honestly refreshing to be part of that. One thing's for sure, he's a great coach now, and is only going to keep growing into one of the best in the league." As the Lakers navigate a pivotal summer full of major decisions, including LeBron's future, the draft, and roster upgrades, there's no doubt the foundation is in place. But whether that foundation turns into a true contender again will depend on health, smart front office moves, and whether a legend like LeBron feels ready to run it back one more time. LeBron's absence sends ripples beyond basketball. LeBron James missing the 2025 Met Gala wasn't just a headline in the sports world. It made waves across fashion and pop culture as well. As one of the event's co-chairs, his absence was deeply felt. The Met Gala, known for blending celebrity influence with high fashion and cultural commentary, had anticipated James' presence to help elevate this year's theme centered on icons and legacies. Instead, his legacy was felt in absence. Numerous stars paid tribute to LeBron on the red carpet, with several athletes and celebrities, including Serena Williams, Zendaya, and even Tom Ford, referencing his injury and publicly wishing him a speedy recovery. One Met Gala organizer even told Vogue, "LeBron was more than just a co-chair, he represented the bridge between athletic greatness and cultural influence." His absence tonight reminds us of how much he carries, both on and off the court. Inside LeBron's recovery plan. Sources close to James say that while he's disappointed to miss events like the Met Gala, he's fully committed to rehabbing his MCL and entering next season at peak form. According to a report from The Athletic, LeBron has already begun treatment with a team of specialists in Los Angeles, focusing on a mix of physical therapy, anti-inflammatory recovery methods, and low-impact training. The goal? Be ready by late summer, just in time for potential Olympic commitments, free agency decisions, and pre-season ramp-up. The bigger picture: what this means for the Lakers. LeBron's injury, paired with the Lakers' abrupt playoff exit, has put the organization in a high-stakes position. With his contract option looming and Bronny James officially declaring for the NBA draft, every move the Lakers make over the next few months could determine the future of the franchise. There's growing buzz around the idea of Los Angeles drafting Bronny, not just as a long-term prospect, but also as a strategic step to retain LeBron. However, Rich Paul has made it clear behind the scenes. The priority is LeBron's health, and any roster decisions must reflect a serious commitment to contending, not sentimentality. The Lakers are reportedly exploring trade options to upgrade their supporting cast, eyeing players who can relieve pressure from LeBron and AD while adding shooting and perimeter defense, two areas that proved costly in the Timberwolves series. A defining summer ahead. For fans, this offseason isn't just about contracts or draft picks, it's about whether the window for a LeBron-led title run has officially closed. And while James continues to defy time with his performance, even he has acknowledged that the finish line is closer than ever. "I don't take any of this for granted," LeBron said earlier this year. "I know I'm closer to the end than the beginning. So every game, every moment, every opportunity, I'm treating it like it could be my last." That sentiment now echoes more loudly, as he recovers from injury, misses a major moment off the court, and begins to decide what the next chapter looks like, both for himself and for the Lakers. Luka Doncic, everyone on the Lakers has to get better this summer. When the Los Angeles Lakers made the blockbuster move to acquire Luka Doncic, the goal was clear: chase a championship. But while the talent was undeniable, the roster around Doncic wasn't fully built to support a deep playoff run. And when the postseason arrived, those cracks were exposed. Despite Doncic's star power and past success, including defeating the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals the previous year with Dallas, this time the tables were turned. The Lakers fell in just 5 games, and Luka didn't shy away from owning the result. "Obviously, it's disappointing," Doncic said after the Game 5 loss. "I don't think I played the way I needed to. I don't think the team played the way we were capable of. Credit to Minnesota. They played an incredible series. They were simply the better team." Rather than deflect blame, Doncic took full responsibility. He acknowledged that both he and the entire Lakers squad have work to do during the off-season, a mindset that speaks volumes about his leadership and commitment to growth. "There are a lot of things I can do better, and not just me, everyone," he continued. "This summer's going to be long, and we need to use that time to really focus on how we can grow, both individually and as a team." A crucial off-season for Doncic and the Lakers. This summer may prove to be one of the most pivotal in Luka Doncic's career. After his trade from Dallas, a move that sparked plenty of debate, some critics questioned his work ethic and leadership. Now, with a full off-season ahead, Doncic has the chance to reset both physically and mentally and silence the doubters by showing he's committed to evolving into not just a superstar, but a true championship-caliber leader. For the Lakers, the message is clear: they need to build a more complete team around their new cornerstone. GM Rob Pelinka has expressed confidence in the core trio of Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves, but even he knows that's not enough. For Luka to truly thrive, he'll need more help, particularly a strong center and versatile 3 and D wings who can defend, shoot, and space the floor. Future in focus, Doncic quiet on contract talks, for now. Another major storyline to watch this summer is Doncic's contract situation. He becomes eligible for a long-term extension in August, and sources say the Lakers are prepared to offer him whatever structure he prefers to lock him in as the franchise's centerpiece for years to come. But after the bitter playoff exit, Doncic made it clear that his focus isn't on money, at least not yet. "I haven't thought about it," he said when asked about a possible extension. "Right now, I'm focused on basketball. This is the time to reflect, to recover, and to think through everything." That kind of response may not offer immediate clarity, but it speaks to a player who's fully aware of the moment he's in, a defining chapter in his career, where actions this offseason could set the tone for his legacy. Pressure mounts on Lakers' front office to deliver. Doncic's comments, grounded, honest, and self-critical, have resonated deeply with fans and analysts alike. They've sparked widespread conversations about accountability, not just from players, but from the Lakers' front office as well. With LeBron James nearing the twilight of his career and the window to compete shrinking rapidly, the pressure on general manager Rob Pelinka and his staff has never been greater. NBA insiders have noted that the Lakers are already aggressively exploring trade possibilities. According to multiple reports, they're in early discussions to bring in high IQ, high-effort role players, including rim protectors and sharpshooters, who can help balance out the roster and complement Luka's playmaking. "You can't waste talent like this," one Western Conference scout told The Ringer. Luka's already one of the top 5 players in the league. If the Lakers don't build around him now, they risk losing him when his extension window opens, or worse, seeing him grow frustrated in a big market that demands results. Doncic's influence and growing leadership role. Despite his relatively young age, Doncic is already assuming a leadership role within the Lakers locker room. Sources close to the team say he's taken it upon himself to reach out to teammates and start off-season workout planning, something that impressed both coaches and executives. Luka's not just talking, he's taking action, a team staffer shared. He knows he came into a storied franchise with massive expectations, and he's determined to live up to that. His approach this summer will be closely watched, not just for how it affects his physical shape, but also his chemistry with LeBron James. While there were early concerns about how two ball-dominant stars would mesh, both players made it clear throughout the season that their shared respect has made the partnership work, even if the results weren't immediate. Media and fan reactions. Mixed, but hopeful. Following the Lakers' early exit and Doncic's post-game remarks, reaction across the media landscape has been mixed. Some outlets criticized the team for being too top-heavy and lacking structure, while others praised Luka for his maturity and willingness to grow through adversity. Fans, meanwhile, remain divided, but hopeful. The sight of Doncic visibly frustrated yet composed in defeat reminded many of other greats who went through early setbacks before achieving glory. For Lakers loyalists, the question isn't whether Luka has the talent to lead them to a title, it's whether the organization can rise to his level. Looking ahead, a summer that could define a legacy. As the off-season officially begins, the Lakers face a rare opportunity, and an even rarer challenge. They've acquired a generational talent in Luka Doncic. They still have LeBron James. They have young assets, draft picks, and the draw of LA as a destination. Now, they must deliver. For Doncic, this summer isn't just about recovering, training, or deciding on an extension. It's about turning the pain of an early playoff exit into fuel. It's about showing he's not just a star, but the star that can bring the Lakers back to championship glory. It hurts now, he said. But if we learn from it, if we all get better, it won't be for nothing. Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? It's the best way to watch player interviews, exclusive event coverage, attend live shows and more.